Alright, working on this old jack again today, and what we're going to try to accomplish today, this is our last hole that we have to widen, and this hole is equivalent to this, and this is wore out. So what I'm going to do is, I got these sort of bushings here. They're really spacious, but I'm going to make it into a bushing, and I'm going to bore that out so that fits on the inside, and then I can bore this center out to whatever I shape that to. So right now I have to get this hole and make it 1 5/16. That's what this is. And I got these are Harbor Freight, and believe it or not, these are actually pretty good, man. They're sharp, and they stayed sharp, which surprised me. But I have one here that's brand new. I never used it, and it's just about the same size as what I need, slightly under. But one thing with these hole saws, when you make it, this here is 1 1/4 inch, and I got to go 1 5/16. But they 1 1/4 inch. If you drill a hole, it'll never be 1 1/4 inch. It's always wider, you know, because these things aren't perfectly balanced or round, and it's going to work towards my advantage. So that 1 1/4 inch may just turn out to be 1 5/16 when I'm done. And if not, it's going to be pretty darn close. But the problem that we're facing now is, to be able to drill that, I have to be able to keep that centered somehow. And we can't do that, you know. I could make an adapter and everything for this, and then use a smaller. This one's almost the right size, a little sloppy, but I could have used that and wrapped tape around it to, you know, and use that sort of like a bushing, you know, put that in there. But I would have had to make a whole new holder here for it and everything like that, and tap it and thread it and all kinds of stuff. So instead of doing all that, I think the easiest, fastest way for me to go is, I have a piece of this. I found this. It looks like plastic, but hopefully it might be Delran. Anybody that knows what the Delran is, it's a plastic made by DuPont, and it machines really nice on the lathe. So I'm just going to lop off a little piece of this and cut it down to that hole there, and we'll have a bushing for this. And hopefully, like I say, it won't be perfectly round, and it'll cut that as big as we need it. So let me cut a piece of this off and head over to the lathe. I mean, there's 100 different ways you could do this, but this is the easiest way for me to do it. Yeah, when I was over to saw, I realized that this probably isn't Delran. It's probably just high density plastic, you know, the equivalent of a milk carton. But here's that Delran stuff, and it's nice. Like I said, the machine's nice and curls off and everything, but it's expensive. Look, it's $35 for a 2-foot piece of this, 2 inches. They even made a label. It was, you know. But anyway, this will work. This will work for what we need. You just have to cut fast, or else it'll melt instead of peel off. So we'll see what it does. Watch your sleeves. See, it cuts okay. You just have to speed through it. And you see the strings it leaves. But let me turn this in here and put it on auto. And if you cut slow, you try to make a nice cut as if it was metal or something. There you go. You see it makes like a glaze, and it's sort of melting it more than cutting it. So that's what we're dealing with. But it'll work. It'll work for what we need. We'll shut that off. Watch your sleeves. Alright, you see that? It sort of, when it got to the edge there, nice finish, but when it got the edge there, it was just pushing and melting it. So, alright, I'm going to cut that down to the size we need. Like I said, we're just going to use it for a raggedy old bushing. And this piece of high density plastic will work just fine. Alright, here we finish that up. I drilled a hole in it and stuff. Yeah, I think this is just high density plastic, you know, like I say, just like a milk carton. I mean, it was a pain in the balls to work with, but it cut fast. You know, I was only here for a couple minutes. You know, and it seems like the faster you cut, you know, the better you are. So let's go over here and try it on for size. Alright, got you over here at the brace, and here's the hole where it fits good. You know, it's not sloppy, you know, but it's a good fit, you know, because I don't want it to bind up on us here. Stick it in here, our little thing there. So that'll work good. And once them teeth dig in there, it won't even be doing anything. So, all right. Let's see what I'm going to. There's a washer on the back of that. I'll show you. I think I'm going to cut that off. All right. Here's that hole. Like I said, on the back of it, they got a washer that was welded on there, and it's almost welded about 85% or so. So that's not going to do anything for us. I'm gonna take it outside and try and cut that off and then smooth it down. I got two of them to do. All right. Yeah, we took these outside and put them on the vice way out in the back and cut that off. That way I wouldn't get all like grime and dust in here and stuff. And then I cut them off and then ground down the weld, and they came out pretty good. So let's throw them in the drill press there and see what happens. Alright, we got you clamped in there pretty square. So let me put a little lubricant on here, especially on this plastic thing, because we don't know how that's going to react. Right? That thing might melt. If it does, we got the other side. Hopefully it doesn't do anything until we get our hole drilled. Alright, now we know this is going to be wobbly, so don't get excited. That's just the way they're made. Let me get some earplugs. That's going to be fine. You know, we knew it was going to wobble, and that's going to be to our advantage. So let me put some earplugs on, and I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, it's actually cutting pretty good, and I got my belts loose enough so that if it does get snagged, it will stop. So that's why that's like that. Yeah, it's doing exactly what we want it to do. I'm going to turn these off because this is, I got to go with this slow. And I'll turn you on when it's about to cut through. Alright, there we go. Almost right there. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that worked out just about perfect, just like we wanted to. Like I said, it was going to be oversized a little bit, and that worked to our advantage because this here almost fits in there. When I go over to the lathe, I was gonna make a pass on this just to get rid of the zinc so I could weld it. And this here, I just got to dress up with the file, and I think that'll slip right in there. Yeah, it worked out better than I expected. Alright, I got one more to do here. See, it didn't look like it was that much bigger, but look at the size, the difference in the size of the holes there. Alright, let me do the other one. Alright, I got these in the vise here, and I've been using this air file, this thing here, and this pretty good. You can actually see it taking the metal off. And we're almost there. It's almost in there. We do a little more and then we'll get back to you. Yeah, that's plenty right there. There we go. There we go. That way they have a little movement, so when I put the jack together and everything, you know, it'll find its place, because it may not be exactly square. So, all right, we've got one more to do. Yeah, that just goes to show you, you know, what you can do with just basic tools. You know, cheap. You know, this was like $15 at Harbor Freight. That saved me a ton. So let me do the other one, and then we'll do something else. Alright, here's what we're going to do now. This is going to be a little time consuming, but at least I can tell you what we're doing. Alright, these bushings that I made have to fit over this little stub here. Now what I got to do is, let me see if I can get in close so you can see. Alright, you see that little groove? That groove looks worse than it really is. It's not bad at all. You see, you can just barely see it. So what I actually started doing is, there you go. I started going around with the file and trying to make it round to get rid of that groove, to make that right. Then when I get rid of that groove and this little stub is perfect, then whatever that size is, I'll take this over to the lathe and make it so it fits over there. But instead of trying to cut that down with the file, I think I might use this little air sander here, just to get the most down, and then we'll fine tune it with the caliper or micrometer and a file. Okay, this other side, like I says, wasn't too bad, and this side here has a groove in it, but that's about it. So I really don't have to do too much, but I do want to do something there. Alright, let me smooth them out, and then we'll get back to you. Alright, yeah, instead of using that pneumatic sander, I chose to do it just with the file here. Oh, let me turn you around so I can see you. There you go. Okay. Yeah, because it's I got a pretty aggressive file here, and I don't know if you can see all these metal filings here, but it seems to be doing pretty good. So I'm just going to go slow. And try and take off an equal amount all the way around. It actually feels pretty good. One thing nice about this file here is one side's real smooth, which I'm using down here because I don't want to dig into the shoulder here. And then if I want to clean it up, it's got a little it's got ridges on the bottom too. So that's nice. I do. I'm going to clean that up just a little bit. Alright, let me finish that up. Like I say, this ain't going to be as tough as it looked. Alright, yeah, it's working out pretty good. Yeah, this metal isn't all that hard, and it's cutting good, so you see I only got a little bit left there. I just checked with a micrometer, and I'm pretty much taking the equal amount off of all sides, so that's good. Yeah, just about there. We're happy with that. We got it down at 0.95. What is that? I don't even know what that is. 61, 64 or something, but 0.95, and I even double checked it with this. It goes between 0.949 and 47 and 51, 52. So it's actually pretty close. Close enough for what we need. So I'll try to duplicate that on the other side. All right. Yeah, I'm real happy with the way they turned out. They're perfect. Perfect as can be. Next, what we got to do is the caliper. It's 61 64ths. So we got to, here's that bushing. And it's not much. Just got to take a little bit off of there. So I'm going to look, see how long this video is, and then if it's not that long, maybe we'll see you over there at the lathe. Alright. Alright. Yeah, this video is not that long, but it's a little too long to start something new, so what do you say? Enough of this? Alright. We'll see you guys in the next one.